weekend. Oh, we're live. Let's go.
That was fast.
It didn't even take 10 minutes.
No.
Welcome to the Island of Relevancy. I am your least handsome host, or the lesser of the two handsome hosts. It's me, T. We got Frank in the building. What's going on, Frank?
It's you're only less handsome because you don't have the long flowing locks down here.
That's true. I wish I could grow a long
I
beard.
wish this was the mullet. I wish I had this back here for a mullet because this is perfect mullet length, right?
Yes.
I have a front mullet.
Yeah.
I want a back mullet. I want my 90s mullet back.
I could dig that. I could
Good.
dig that.
How are you?
You know what? I'm a little stressed, but it has nothing to do with wrestling. But the internet wrestling community seems to be very stressed.
Yeah,
seem to
they
be
are.
very upset, and I don't understand it because I'm having a great time watching wrestling. Like I'm having a great time. They're putting on good shows, and I'm just happy.
I'm just like, we're gonna get there, right? We're gonna get there, but the fact that 64,000 people hit the down button, and I think it's up to 80 now, the most disliked video of 2025 for the WWE, and that includes Brock Lesnar coming back and beating John Cena for no reason. That includes what's that dude's name that was ruined WrestleMania? Right, that was this year, or was that last year?
Travis Scott. Travis Scott. Yeah.
This year.
Or The Rock.
Right.
Yeah. What's this
Both.
year?
Yeah, both. So both of those. This has more likes, and that's the video of the ending of Raw that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But
Yeah.
80,000. I think it's up to 80,000 people.
That. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like I read today that there are 50,000 people who have signed the petition for Bad Bunny not to perform in the Super Bowl and for it to be George Strait.
Listen,
And
listen, I don't listen to Bad Bunny's music.
me
Okay.
either. Yeah.
But I am not purposely not listening to anything George Strait does. Like, I will listen to Bad Bunny if it comes on, but I will actively avoid because I don't like country music. That's all. That's why.
George Strait is a different level of country. He's like that real country. Like he's the traditional country, as they say.
Which is exactly the opposite. And even I saw Roger Goodell even was like, yeah, we're not, nothing anyone does is going to change that.
I mean,
like
50,000 position.
Like these idiots in Philadelphia that are starting all this where Bryce Harper's getting traded. Like, man, stop. 6 years, no movement clause.
I mean,
That's what he's got left.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, he could come on to the Bronx. He could come over to the Bronx. We'll take him. If y'all don't want him, we'll take him.
I want him.
Yeah.
I want him.
Yes.
So that aside,
So,
I don't get the dislike.
you know, we're just starting to show off, and we're having a really good conversation. Friday night, Cody came out to start his show again, and it's just word salad. Like, what does he really want to talk about? I don't like these Cody openers. They're not my favorite thing in the world.
It did nothing for the show at all. He made some offhanded comments about Seth not being able to shoulder the load. Okay, chuckle, cute. But
why are we taking these shots at Seth now? I don't appreciate this. As a Seth Rollins fan, I don't appreciate all the shots at Seth.
I am a big Seth Rollins fan. I understand him catching some strays early in the show. It's okay.
Not from Cody. Come on, from Cody.
Cody's got a.
Cody Rhodes. What a night that Cody had. But he just opened the show, and I will say it, like you said, it did nothing. It moved nothing.
Nope.
Nobody came out. It just kind of just happened, and I wasn't very happy.
No, it made no sense. There was no reason for it at all.
I mean, him coming out, he always gets a pop. So I mean,
Sure.
to get the crowd going, I guess like people there are happy to see Cody. So I mean, from that perspective, I guess. But I know if I'm at a live event, and I've been to some live events, and people have come out and cut like scathing promos, or they come out and kind of hype the crowd up, but I didn't feel that. Like, and maybe the people in San Jose felt it, but I didn't feel it. And conspicuous by her absence in San Jose, why was Bailey not at the show? Like,
I don't know.
Pam should have been at the San Jose. I mean, she probably was backstage, but like, you got to get her out on TV because that's her hometown, right?
That you would figure, but she's conspicuously absent from the whole everything we're talking about.
For sure, for sure. So what was up next on? I'm trying to think of what happened
So
next on SmackDown
let me
because
see. We had uneventful Cody.
mhm.
Oh, the MFT showed up while Ray Phoenix was taking a photo shoot by himself, and then they just beat him up. That's all.
So all right. Oh, okay. Brian James, you had something with Funny Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Funny Solo was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
This trying to be serious Solo, I don't like it. Like I don't
No.
like the Godfather Solo. I like Funny Solo making jokes of people because he was getting himself over. Like he was real. Like people were entertained by Solo Sokoa, and now they're just not because he's trying to be serious. He's trying to be like this bad MFer, for
Yep.
lack of better words, and it's not working. Like it's simply not working because he doesn't have the right people behind him. Love Tamatonga. I love, Bachaloa. I don't
Bachelor, great.
not a big fan of the tall Tongan.
No,
And JC is just a stub. Like he's
they're not giving him anything to really sink your teeth into, and we know that. All right, you guys are going to go up against the Wyatts eventually. We have a thing on WWE where we really don't like defending belts, especially if they're tag belts for the most part. But
man.
yeah, that was a thing that happened, and then we got a match that wasn't related to that. You know what I've noticed, and unfortunately, it sounds like it's going away, which makes my heart hurt now. But when you're on a VPN and you're watching these shows, I watch through the great city of London. It's only great because I get my VPN.
Love it.
And I'm watching it on Netflix. And when they go to commercial, there's 3 minutes of action you're missing in most matches if you're not watching on a VPN. Like they don't just stop the action for the live show while the commercial. They actually keep going. And I never actually realized this. And I'm wowed at all of the action that you're missing.
Yes. Because usually when you come back from a commercial break, the person who was winning before the commercial break is now getting beat up.
Yeah.
Generally, it's almost a rule. It's almost a wrestling rule.
Yep.
That the commercial break will, whoever's on top before the commercial will be somehow getting dominated when you come back from commercial.
And that's why I like. That's another reason why I like the VPN, because I get to see how that actually happens.
Love
And
it.
now
I
that looks
love
like
the
they're going to
VPN.
start doing ads on Netflix in international markets, which is just a damn shame.
You want to know why they're doing that? It's because so many people are buying VPNs now. Thanks, Stephanie McMahon. Like
Yep.
she single-handedly might have saved the VPN market in the United States. Everybody outside of the United States have been using VPN forever, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But people inside the United States are like, why do I need a VPN? I get all the shows I want here. But now, especially because of the variety of deals that all of these different entities have with all these different streaming services,
Yep.
that you have to pay for, like
Yep.
VPNs are becoming clutch because Netflix across the globe, like Netflix in the UK have all the great movies because they have great production deals with the studios outside of the United States. I learned that when I lived in Germany. Like you could
Oh, I
watch
didn't know
all the
that.
good movies on Netflix.
Oh, I didn't
Like
know that.
for the most part. Like
Right.
for the most part. A lot of, like Paramount, there are a lot of movies outside of the United States. Paramount movies go on Netflix.
Oh,
Because
wow.
I remember being in Germany just watching all of these phenomenal movies that you would not see on Netflix in the States. You might catch more HBO, things of that nature. So
So
like,
the
yeah, if you
movie,
go if you go on your VPN
yeah,
and just look at the movies, you'll notice a big
yeah,
like Netflix originals, of course, are there, but I'm talking about like Hollywood studio movies. You'll
oh, I
notice
never
a
even
lot.
thought it. So are you saying that there's a movie that I'm really jonesing to see that's a tiny bit dated, but I've seen some clips pop up on my YouTube while I'm at working, and I really got to go back and watch Iron Eagle.
That might be on it. Well, that might be on HBO, but it might be on
It's
Netflix
on
in
Apple.
the UK.
It's on Apple to pet. You can rent it from Apple, and
Oh,
and I
Chappie,
might
man. I
like
love Iron Eagle.
I dude, I watched that movie randomly at 2 o'clock in the morning when I was young and was like, oh my God, this is the greatest movie in the history of movies right now.
I mean, they made 10 of them. I feel
Yeah,
like they made
I think
a lot of Iron Eagles.
I stopped after three, I think.
3
I
was the
don't
last
remember.
theatrical release, but the
I
rest of
don't
them were like
remember,
straight to video.
but the soundtrack was so good in the first one.
Great times. Chat like Louis Gossett Jr. Rest in peace, Louis Gossett Jr. Jason Gedrick, one of the '80s heartthrobs. I
Is that
remember
what his
Iron
name
Eagle.
was? I was
It
just
was.
looking. Oh yeah, it was. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I mean, I haven't watched that movie probably in like 30 years, but
Oh, the dude from Revenge of the Nerds was in there, Lamar.
Mhm.
Wow.
Hey man, he gotta go save his dad from like
It was from Iran at the time. We really, if you watch a lot of 80s movies,
yeah.
the US did not like Iran at all.
No.
Rambo beat them up.
Yeah, I would say yeah, Rambo 3.
Iron Eagle beat them up.
Great
Oh, you
time.
know who else was in it before we move on? The dude from Teen Wolf, right? Styles.
I don't
That was the
remember.
dude.
I do not remember that. I only remember Dylan O'Brien being Styles from the recent Teen Wolf.
No.
Yeah, you're
What's
talking
his name? Hold on. Now I got to get the guy's name. Hang
for
on.
sure.
I believe it was James Hampton. No, that James Hampton was the principal, I want to say. Yeah. Styles, Jerry Levine.
Jerry, no,
Jerry
no idea.
Levine.
I wonder if that's Adam Levine's dad. Who knows?
Oh,
It might be.
that'd be crazy, right?
That would. That
He
would
still
be
looks
crazy.
like Styles, just older,
Just older.
way older.
But
Anyway,
back to wrestling after like Iron Eagle. We had some tag team matches on
what a segue.
SmackDown. Yes, yes. We had a bunch of tag teams decided. That's what I remember. I remember a lot of tag team wrestling on SmackDown. I don't know if that was the first match of the night with
It was.
the
Matt, your
returning
caps,
Los Garza.
Matt, your caps lock is stuck on. Just saying.
Oh, Matt is in the chat.
No, the first match was the women's tag team champions
Oh, yes.
versus Sal Ruka and Zarya. And Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair last defeated the Green Regime on September 19th. So they haven't wrestled in almost a month at this point as champions. And Sal Ruka and Zarya had defeated the Green Regime also on SmackDown.
I absolutely
October
hate
3rd.
that name. I hate the name of the Green Regime. Call them the Secret Harvest. I do not like the Green Regime name.
I did not even realize that's who that was. That's an awful name.
Love Chelsea Green. I mean, absolutely. So funny enough, before we continue, I saw on Twitter, or X as the young kids call it, that Chelsea Green got kicked out of a hotel because they thought she was an escort.
That was months ago, years ago.
Was it? No, she just tweeted about this recently.
No,
saying
she's
that
still waiting. She's still waiting for an
for a comp
apology.
day. Yeah, for she said, I want a free night. I'm still waiting. I've never heard this story. I just read it, and that's hilarious. And that's terrible because I think the whole world should know who Chelsea Green is.
This was 2024. And it was Fairmount Hotel's staff mistook her for an escort.
That's insane.
Yep. I remember this story. Yeah.
That
They
bless
offered her a
Chelsea.
2-night stay and then they revoked it.
Wow. Wow.
Crazy, right?
I mean,
Crazy.
way to get bad press because Chelsea Green is a national treasure of Canada. And we love her in the United States as well.
Matt loves
But
her a lot.
I mean, how could you not? But how could you also not see the potential of Sol Ruka? Like when her and Charlotte started this match, I just saw dollar signs. Like I
Hmm.
mean, they're built the same. She had I hate her theme song, by the way. Like that whole surfer gimmick. I understand the surfer gimmick. She surfs, cool,
Right.
but we don't need the Frankie Avalon and Netflix you know, surf music in the background. We don't need beach blanket bimbo or bingo like playing in the background as she comes down to
Hmm.
the ring. It will not get you over on the main roster.
No.
Like it simply won't. In NXT, like people love like I mean all the locals go to the NXT shows, so you're gonna get over there anyway. But like on the main
Right.
roster, she needs some kick-ass theme music. But she's just a great character, and her and Charlotte have really good chemistry.
It was actually a fun match, and there was a little special guest at ringside.
Was it?
Blake Monroe sitting ringside.
You're right. She was sitting there just doing this thing with her, like, I love,
Little
like
distraction.
I love wrestling. Wrestling's so goofy. Like she's just sitting there, just every time the camera showed her, she just had to look like that sexy, I'm innocent look, and
Hmm.
her and Sol Ruka about to fight at Halloween Havoc, so got to go there and cast distractions. Like Sol Ruka was like all the way on the other side of the arena, and she sees her and like now I got to get in your face and.
Right.
Charlotte took advantage. Great. It was a fun match. Alexa Bliss is hella over. Like she's so over.
Yep. Yeah.
Like in Charlotte's benefit. I think Charlotte's benefiting the most from the tag team
A
because
hundred
I mean
percent. 100%.
Alexa.
And it was Alexa's idea to work with her. Like behind the scenes, they were pitching ideas and stuff, and she's like, "Well, I haven't worked with Charlotte in a while, so I don't know
I
what her
both
finishing move is."
love and hate her finishing move. Is amazing to see, but takes two. Not always. She's hit the Soul Snatcher. She's hit from some very unique spots. I mean, of course, it's a move that somebody has to truly be in position for. But I do understand that though. I could understand because like you can't really hit it out of nowhere. Like if somebody's in the middle of the ring, she might actually be able to hit it, but for the most part, you're not going to be able to hit that move. But it is really impressive to see. She hit it off the ladder once in at one of
Ooh,
the it wasn't a Money in the Bank ladder match, but it was a ladder match for a title. And man,
okay,
she hit that thing off the ladder, and it was incredible.
nice,
So it's great to see, but it does take a little bit. Like you got to do some work to get to it. You know.
right. Um, it was a good match.
Yeah, I
It was
mean
good
the
back
right
and
people
forth.
won. The
Yeah, I
right,
mean, yeah, Alexa and Charlotte won. Um,
I thought like I saw on the internet people like there was one instance where Alexa tried to do like a rolling senton on Zarya on the outside, and she caught her, but she kind of fell over, and people like, oh, she can't work big, and she's the worst strong person. It's like, come on, man, like you know how hard that is to do to catch a human being as they're like flipping onto you.
yeah,
Uh,
it's not
like
an easy thing.
I don't like I just don't appreciate people not being given grace. Like I understand you are a professional, but at the same time, like there are like flying bodies coming at you. it's,
Hmm.
it's not as simple as a video game.
No,
But I thought I thought they all did really well. I thought they all looked really good. Everybody came out looking better than they did before the match.
100%.
Because it was a fun match, and I didn't like Sol Ruka tapping out, but at the same time, I think that's a story that could be told a little bit later on between her and Charlotte.
Yeah,
Once she actually eventually does get called up, because I think her and Zarya definitely are going to get called up
yeah. That would be a good move on their part, especially for the women's tags.
for sure, for sure. Then we had some random tag team matches. I mean, like, because I think the Lost Gaza match was next. I
Nope,
remember it was a lot of tag team matches.
nope.
Nope. Am I wrong? Or is it Sammy matches next?
Yep. This was Sami Zayn came out to do his open challenge, right? So Sami Zayn last fought Shinsuke the week before, and even though Nick Aldis didn't want him to come out and do it, wanted him to rest, or rest, but no, he's a fighting champion. So then The Miz came out because The Miz was in the middle of a little backstage segment, and when Sammy walked out, Miz was like, "I'll be right back." And I literally at that point I rolled my eyes and I was like, "Oh man, this is not a match I want to see." We didn't get.
It could have cooked.
It could have cooked.
It could have cooked.
But Carmelo Hayes came out and just beat him down.
Love that. I love that. There was intensity. I like the intensity. Like you could tell a lot by like a beatdown, because I saw another beatdown and it looked terrible.
Yeah.
Because like the MFT's beatdown did not look good when they beat down Dragon Lee. It once again, you're just hurting your characters when you can't even do like a 4-on-1 or a 5-on-1 jumping and it looks just terrible.
No. So there was a little bit of a pause, and then some music that we haven't heard in a while hits, and one Ilya Dragunov shows up, who last lost to Jey Uso in a fatal 4-way match involving Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman on Raw in September of 2024. So a year and change for Ilya to come back. Pretty cool. I like seeing return. I like seeing returns. It kind of leads into my list.
So funny enough, I did not see SmackDown on Friday. I was extremely busy. I've been house hunting, running around, with the family, looking at different properties and stuff like that. Before I saw SmackDown, I saw that Ilya came and won, right? And I was like, cool. But then on X, like for some reason, I kept seeing things on X. I found out that Ilya Dragunov, 1, was married.
Yeah.
But 2 is now divorced.
Yeah.
And 3, he is dating Laura Lay, who is might be known. What was her name? She just got released. God, what was her name?
Who was it?
Laura Lay. She's Asian. This is one. She's probably one of the most attractive women. Was one of the most attractive women on LFG.
Laura Lee?
She's gonna evolve. What was her name? She had a different name. They changed her name to something else, and I can't think of it right now.
Oh wow, that's not her. That's a nigga.
Laurel Lay, not Laura Lay. Laurel Lay. Now I'm about to type it in.
Yeah, I went the wrong way with that.
It's I can't think of her name, but it doesn't even matter.
Lorelei Lee, is that her?
No.
Blonde? No, that's not her.
No.
My Googling right now is way off.
Hold on.
Lee Laurel, Matt said.
Lay Laurel, is that her name? Same. Let's see. Laurel, Lay, or Lee Laurel, whatever one. It'll bring her up.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Hold on.
But so Gentala, there you go. Terrible name, by the way.
Terrible name, but look, she is gorgeous, but she definitely looks like she was in Big Trouble in Little China. like she.
That's hilarious.
I just broke teeth. Man, I just broke them.
That's hilarious. Oh man, that's really funny. Look, only because that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Same.
I love Big Trouble.
Same.
It's such.
Same.
Now I'm just seeing her holding her breath and then like it just blows up. Oh man, it's such a great movie. That was my first thought, was the guy who held his breath and blew up.
She was
great actor, by the way.
She's related to Egg Shen. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Just great moment. But yes, so I found this all out through X, right? Before I saw the match.
Right.
Initially seeing that Ilya Dragunov came back, I was like, oh great, Ilya's back. Seeing him beat Sammy, not so much of a fan of that.
I really didn't think they were going to do that because he really hasn't had the belt that long.
No, and he was doing so like the open challenge, and maybe Ilya might still keep the open challenge because I feel like that works.
That's a great gimmick.
It is because it's so exciting. Like we got some really good matches the last few weeks with
Yep.
Sammy. That's why I didn't think he was going to lose it. I just thought Sammy was just going to put on classics, going through Royal Rumble. But man, I'm not mad at it, right? But
No,
at the
no,
same time, man.
it was a good fun match.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Solo showed up, distracted Sammy.
Low pad.
He was. Our friend Jay was going to get a low pan tattoo. He constantly quotes that movie. And he put Sammy away with the H bomb, which is great. Like I like to see title changes, but I am confused as to why they did this title change. Because then the MFTs came out and they beat up on them, and then Ray Phoenix came out and made the save, and then finally we get a Bo Dallas appearance in a pre-taped video.
Yeah, in the tape segment,
right? And then we get the what you call it? We get the Wyatt Six jumped up on the apron and stared him down.
Very awkward segment. Like
weird ending to a great match. I will say great match. And then after that, we got another pre-tape segment, and it was Karrion Kross and Aleister Black and Zelina basically doing Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
Yes,
but better-ish.
Maybe. I mean, the promo was a promo, but it wasn't
at least Aleister's a better wrestler than Kross is.
Correct.
And they let Zelina wrestle, which they didn't let Scarlett do, which is a shame.
Now, we don't know if they're going to let Zelina wrestle. We don't know if she's just going to turn into B-Fab and just be right next to him the entire time and never wrestle again, because the women's SmackDown roster is, what are we doing? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
Did they have a match on other than the tag team match?
I don't think so.
No?
Because then we finally get the match that you're dying to talk about. Keep remembering it.
I enjoyed the fact that I love the game of can I guess what's next, because I'm always wrong every single time.
So the last time these teams were in action, we had Motor City Machine Guns beat Fraxium at WWE Saturday Night Main Event August 29th. And then Los Garza lost to Fraxium at WWE Saturday Night Main Event August 10th. And before we talk about this match, there's something I read today that kind of ties into the Mexican wrestler angle. There's a rumor out there that the WWE are enforcing Andrade's clause for him not to wrestle because they want to bring him back. And that's a rumor going around on the Mexican circuit, not in like any like official like. But could you imagine why are you yo-yoing this man? Why?
Well, I mean, he's an idiot.
He's an idiot. Yes.
So I understand. So I don't know all the details, because I've heard like a 1 year no compete clause, which is insane.
He has a 1 year, while Samantha Irvin has a 2 year, and she didn't even get in the ring except to talk.
Well, I don't know how these contracts are set up, because I've never heard of that before. I've heard the 90-day no compete, which I thought they actually outlawed in the end. Like, I thought there was like a Supreme Court ruling, like
I don't know,
maybe a few months ago.
I don't know if it's because technically they're considered contractors, not employees.
Yeah, but I mean, but because like I could have swore it. And once again, I'm not a legalese. I'm not David Otunga, because I did read a tweet that David Otunga said that if Andrade actually took him to court, he probably would win. But a year is insane. Like, to say I can't make a living, to not get paid. Like, if you're paying me for a year to sit at home, I'll Scott Steiner it all day. I'll do what all of the WCW guys did and just sit at home and get a check. But if you can't get paid And like, I mean, because you got to feed your family. Like, we're not,
Yeah.
these guys are not millionaires, right? All of them are not millionaires. They're only the 5% of the WWE guys who are actually getting paid millions of dollars.
Mhm.
And I don't think Andrade was one of them. He might have negotiated a great contract, but apparently he didn't negotiate a good contract because that no
No.
compete had to be in his contract somewhere.
Yep.
And if he got terminated, then he should have been able to go to, like, when you terminate somebody, that's the end of your contract. Like
Correct.
you've to me breached that contract by terminating them.
Yep.
Then they should not have to uphold any end of the bargain because they want to work. They need to work. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to see him ever back in the WWE ring because I don't think anything good comes of it. Not because
No,
he's a bad wrestler, but
no, no. But we had a match, and 4 guys wrestled, and 2 guys won.
at one point in time, every week the SmackDown tag team roster was on TV.
Yep.
And then they all just disappeared. Like, because then we have DIY in the back as Fraxium's in the back, and I was like, where have y'all been? Where's everybody been? Like, we had the Wyatt Six have a few matches and the Street Profits, but now the Street Profits are gone, and now the random tag team show back up. I just wish there was consistency with what they're trying to do on Friday, because it just seems such a mess. And this was a fun show. The tag team matches weren't terrible. Like, the
No,
tag team matches weren't terrible, but like, where have y'all been?
I don't know. Maybe the AI is starting to kick in.
It might be because
But
I know I use AI, but
I use the hell out of it.
different story for a different day.
Absolutely. Then we had a backstage Tiffany Stratton segment where she's, I'm not going to let this setback, blah, blah, blah. Kiana James, we're going to fight next week.
The best thing about this segment was Kiana James. Good Lord. Like, whatever
Now,
next topic.
now
No,
earlier,
just
no, go ahead.
no. I was just go ahead. Go ahead.
Earlier in the night, Jacob Fatu set to wrestle Drew McIntyre. And
A match I really wanted to see, by the way, but
yes, same. But before Jacob could make his entrance, this was the goofiest, funniest way to take a person out of wrestling in the world.
and you are not wrong, Matt. Yes,
Nope.
you are, man. I'm telling you, she definitely. That is a.
I agree
I
with that.
never even thought of that, but you're right. Kiana James definitely does give those Victoria slash Tara vibes. Not really the wrestling style, because Tara was such a powerhouse, but like the look and
Mhm.
just not the presentation, because she comes out with that skirt, but like they have the same body type, same build. Um, Not her looks. See, I think it's the looks. Like, I think she like kind of has that same package.
Yeah.
But I understand both ways. I understand both ways.
Um, we had Jacob Fatu lying under some scaffolding.
Blood, like blood
Blood,
coming out of his mouth. He's missing teeth,
and then
apparently.
there's
Like,
teeth on the ground. Like, so apparently, I guess this was a joke because he's actually going to get real dental work done. And that's the reason why they wrote him off, is because he's getting dental work done. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the process of getting the gaps filled in with like real teeth at over time now. So I can actually smile again and not look like, I'm doing meth in my mouth.
okay.
So I look like I have meth mouth sometimes. So anyway, there he is lying there with teeth all over the ground, and he got attacked, and Drew swears it wasn't him.
I believe him.
I believe
Drew.
him too. Then we get an impromptu. Drew's already at the ring. We get an impromptu in my dress shoes, in my suit. Cody's going to go fight Drew right then and there.
Cody Rhodes doesn't cut the best promos on the planet. But boy, oh boy, Cody Rhodes knows how to dress because he had that shit on Friday.
Yes, he
like
does.
That Cody had on, like it was cold. And when he started fighting, I was like, I know he's not about to fight in that coat. It's like I don't even know how you move your shoulders in that coat. He took the coat off. He still had a suit top on over it. And I was like, I know he's gonna fight in that. Under that, he had a vest on because he wears the vest with the suit. So he had to go through. By the end of it, he's just in a like ripped up, suit shirt. It was like, man, I mean, it just what. It's insane. Like it is insane.
It is, and for the crowd, for the live crowd to have Cody wrestle Drew is great.
Yes.
Right? That's awesome. Cody fought Seth and lost to McCrown Jewel. And Drew lost to Cody back on the WrestlePalooza on September 20th. So they just run around fighting all over the place.
Brawl.
Great brawl. Just brawl. It's just a brawl. And in the ring, out the ring, in the ring, out the ring, until Cody does the most babyface thing ever and just whacks Drew in the head with the title.
Yes. I'm so angry at you. I'm just going to hit you in the face with this title.
And DQ immediately gets him up on the table and is about to do a crossroads on the table. And the way he was lining them up, I was waiting for somebody to stop him because he would have killed both of them.
Yes. I thought he was just going to do it off the table because he the way he was on that table, I was like, that's going to hurt. Like,
that's going to hurt?
We're writing Drew off TV again.
Yeah. Or you're going to go, or Cody's taking another vacation. Like, I don't know.
Yes,
but
yes.
Nick Aldis and security came down and Cody went back in the ring, jumped off the top rope, took everybody out, and stood tall. And this sets up the match for Cody versus Drew McIntyre for the belt again. Saturday night's main event.
There has to be a stipulation for this match. Like, it has to be.
But the big question, and that was SmackDown. And SmackDown wasn't awful this week. No. It was okay. It was a better show than what it's been.
Yeah.
The big question I have for this is, who took out Jacob?
Rikishi. It's the only person who could have done it.
Rikishi probably could have done it, but he probably could have done it because he's tired of Jay getting screwed over in storylines.
Correct. He's like, only one Samoan should be at the top, and it's my son. It's one of my sons.
But aside from Rikishi, I really, really, really think it was Randy.
I don't think so. You want to know who I think it was? I think it was Cody.
Now, that is the other option that I had. And I think it might have been Little Jimmy.
It could have, it most possibly could have really been Little Jimmy. Because we didn't see who
it was Cody. Now, he's stated in the past that he doesn't want to turn heel. Could this be?
He is for sure turning heel.
He's got to at some point.
Like, I don't know if it's going to be before or after the Survivor Series. I don't know if it's going to be before or after Royal Rumble.
It'll be right around the time The Boys comes out with season 5.
Perhaps. Before WrestleMania, Cody will be a heel. I am saying it now.
So
before WrestleMania, he's going to be a heel.
So when he goes into the program with Randy, which is what his next big program should be, Brian.
Yeah.
Would he be the heel and Randy be the good guy?
No. I think Randy is going to turn heel first.
Right.
Because Randy's for sure going to attack him at some point.
He's
might even cost him the title of Saturday Night Main Event because I think it's Drew's time. let's pull the trigger, guys. Like, what are we doing with Drew McIntyre? Is really the best
Yes.
wrestler on SmackDown,
Yep.
like to me. And the guy, he has the look. He's great. He's such a great promo now, and he
He is.
gets it.
100%.
I think it's time. I think he should be the champion, at least into the Royal Rumble. Right? Give him
Mhm.
a good run in front
Yeah.
of people, so
Yep.
he could be an asshole heel and just have some fun and maybe get a match with John Cena. Maybe have a Drew versus not John's last match, but one of his last matches.
Maybe
Oh yeah,
I like the
he's not in
direction,
SmackDown.
and I'm pretty sure I called it maybe on our show. I think on our show, I definitely said it in the chat where John Cena's last couple of things should be, and it looks like that might be happening. Thank you, Paul.
Oh, he definitely watches the show.
I said
I know.
Survivor Series should be Cena versus Dom for the Intercontinental Belt. Cena goes over, only belt he hasn't won, gives him the Grand Slam, carries the belt to Saturday night's main event. Gunther comes out, beats him for the belt. Cena goes out on his back. Or anyone else that they're trying to put over, but the Intercontinental belt's kind of high up there, and you don't want to bring someone in and just throw that on them as their debut like that.
Ooh,
Maybe.
you know what you just said the Intercontinental title.
Mhm.
You don't want to just throw it on anyone.
Mhm.
I know one person who
I
would
know where you're going. Go
who could
ahead.
really do some damage to John Cena on his way out and get some amazing heat.
Go ahead.
That man's
Brock
name is
Lesnar.
Bronson Reed.
Oh. Now they're going to they could, and he's made comments like that before about wanting to put Cena, but you're going to want,
I mean, like,
it depends on what happens with Jay and Punk, I think.
because I think,
Mr. Iguana would be a good choice.
oh my God, that
Roof
I
would
love
blow off the building.
I love silly wrestling. That would do it for me, but the internet community would really
No.
hate it.
Yeah.
But I think Braun Breaker, whoever wins between Jay and CM Punk, they're next for Braun Breaker because Braun Breaker is going to be the heavyweight champion. He's going to be the
Absolutely.
heavyweight champion by the Royal Rumble for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
If not at the Royal Rumble, he will be the heavyweight champion.
It should be.
As we wait for Seth to get back. So if Braun is the heavyweight champion, you got Bronson as the Intercontinental champion, you got the Vision, you got the Bronze just holding all the titles. 2-man power trip. I've been waiting for that to come back forever. It's a 2-man power trip, just two guys just running roughshod.
Well, then the third guy is going to be Austin Theory.
If you keep saying that, it's going to happen because everything we say on the show happens, and I don't want that to happen.
Willing it.
Yes, yes, but I mean, whoever the guy is who takes it off him, I pitched it last week, Sheamus, because Sheamus has never won the IC title. I
Sheamus
would
needs
love.
it.
I mean, him and John just having one just last banger to close
Yep.
out a immaculate career.
I like it.
I
like
wouldn't be I wouldn't be mad at anybody as long as it's not Baron Corbin. That's I'm gonna stick with that take.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think so either. I did see a picture of him and The Rock the other day. Just I love Baron. I like Baron Corbin.
I like him on Busted Open. He's great.
He great dude. Like he seems like a dude I would love to just hang out with and just talk. I know you're watching Tom Pescott. Or Petstock, I think that's his name. Come on to the show, man. I mean, you do Busted Open. We can't pay you, but you could come and hang out with us. That's the payment in itself.
That's exactly it. We can help. You can take some of our ideas and spin them out to TNA if you want. That's fine. I don't mind.
Exactly.
I do have a list.
I can't wait for this.
All right. Now we did the return list in the past, right? When John Cena came back, we did the return list. I did it with a spin this time, and I used ChatGPT, so I'm not 100% sure. I know number one on this list is beautiful for me. It works. This is the top 15 emotional returns. These are the returns that got you emotional.
if Bob Backlund's return is not on this list, then what are we doing?
So I
Go,
made sure
go
I
ahead.
put wrestling. So
Yes.
at number 15, they have, again, this is ChatGPT,
Love
John
Chad.
Cena Money in the Bank 2021. This was right after Roman Reigns defeated Edge. The lights go down. Cena's music hit. Cena comes in.
But he didn't do anything after that. I
No,
remember
it was
that.
just, didn't he
Yeah.
fight? Didn't he fight Roman then, or no? That's not when he lost to Roman, or Roman just whooped his butt.
I don't
These are
remember.
just the returns,
Okay.
right?
That makes sense.
At number 14, the man that is near and dear to your heart came back in 2006. Jeff Hardy came back to Raw in 2006.
I got nothing. Go ahead. Next.
Number 13, on Raw in 2010, Bret Hart's return to WWE Raw.
That was a great moment. It
That
was
was
sad to
great.
see him. Like
Yeah.
I was a Brett guy. So like growing up and seeing your hero kind of
Yeah.
like he just kind of a shell of himself. And
But
that was before he became like the Goldberg chanter. Like
yes,
like that was
yes.
before that, but he just it was kind of sad to see
He
him.
shook hands with Shawn Michaels in the middle of the ring. He hugged Vince McMahon. That's a great moment. It didn't choke me
Was a
up.
great moment.
It didn't show. None of these so far have gotten me. There's a couple in here that got me like in the, my throat's like, oh man, it's dusty in here.
I thought it was more fake than it. Like I don't believe that he really forgave Sean. Like I don't think I
Right.
still don't think he forgave Sean.
No, not the way he
And
complains about Goldberg.
yeah, so I didn't get choked up either. I was just happy to see him okay and see him in the WWE ring. It was a good moment.
This one came in 2011, another Raw return. After 7 years away from WWE TV, back when everybody still liked them, The Rock was announced as the host of WrestleMania.
That was a great. I don't know about emotional, but that was a great moment. That was like a really good moment. That was a cool moment.
It was a great moment. Again, still haven't hit one where I'm a little choked up.
Yeah, no,
This
it
one
wasn't
is a great.
emotional.
This one's another great moment. WrestleMania 38, Stone Cold. It was great to see him come out on the bike, and you knew he was coming, but it was great to see. The only time it would have been even better to see him was if he had showed up in Philadelphia instead of The Undertaker, like it was supposed to happen. That was supposed to be Austin's spot.
Of course.
And he just didn't want to fly out, and it was a money thing. And
it was Philly. He was like, oh, it was like
Philly.
Philly. I'm not Philly.
He drank at a local bar on Princeton Avenue in Philadelphia, not far from my house.
Philly. I'm not going to that cesspool. If it was in New York, he'd have been there.
Into the top 10. Yeah, well, he'd still be in traffic trying to get to the ring. Into the top 10 we go. This man left the WWE in 2016 and bet on himself. And he came back as Seth Rollins' mystery opponent, Matt's favorite wrestler, Cody Rhodes.
That was an emotional moment. That was a man because. Go ahead.
I was going to say it didn't hit. I didn't even know who the hell it was at first.
Oh, you don't watch AEW, that's why.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I knew who he was, but I didn't.
But you didn't know the music. Like I knew.
Right. I didn't know.
Man, because you like you had to be invested in that story because Cody, like seriously, I love the Stardust character. Like it was a terrible gimmick, but Cody was so good at it. He put so much effort into getting that character over. Had a great match with Stephen Amell at that SummerSlam. Like he really overachieved with the character.
Right.
And then he walked away, which I respect because
sure.
I mean, you once again betting on yourself. He didn't get fired. He didn't get let go. I can't do this anymore. Like I don't want to do this anymore.
That. They didn't expect him to walk away.
No. and to go create AEW, like go find a name, make a bigger name for yourself on the indies. You know, he took some crazy bookings all over the world and just reinvented himself. You know, he changed his hair a few times. He did a bunch of stuff with the Bullet Club. Never was really over like that indie, because all of the indie guys hated him. Like all the
Right.
indie, the IWC and the indies was like, oh, he's a WWE guy, whatever. And he goes to AEW, and the way they treated him in AEW is just terrible. Like the way
Yeah,
they treated his wife in AEW was
that
terrible.
was awful. I did a
And
lot of reading on that stuff. That was some shit.
and yeah, and then to go back to, and I was so terrified because I knew he was coming back, but I didn't know how the WWE fans were going to treat him, right? Because he wasn't the biggest. He was never the biggest name. Even
No.
when when he went to AEW, he was always overshadowed by Kenny, the Bucks, all of the big names, Moxley, all of those guys. Like he was never the main event guy, even in his own company, right?
Right.
He was never the guy. He could have tried to make himself the guy.
He
He
said
tried
I
to
read stuff that say he said he didn't want the title there.
Yeah, he wrestled in the match, and if he lost the match, he would never get a title shot, which was a dumb thing to do. Like that was a bad book. That was a terrible booking decision,
Yeah.
because now you've pigeonholed yourself into
Right.
never getting it. Like now you have to create a story
Right.
for you to finally get a title match, but by that time nobody cared.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so coming back, just I was happy for him. I was happy for his family because I saw the pain
Mhm.
like that he was going through trying to do the right thing. And then for the like he's a perfect WWE guy. That's why I love seeing what he's doing now, and just the reaction he gets from the crowd, like because it wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
Like it
Right.
really wasn't. So it is emotional to me because I watched the journey.
Fair. At number 9, Mick Foley returned to face Randy Orton in 2004. Semi-retired Mick Foley came back not as Mankind, not as Cactus Jack or Dude Love, but he came back as Mick Foley and had a brutal backlash match with Randy Orton that basically reignited his career for a little while. I
I don't
remember
remember
it,
this.
but again, it's great to see him come back, but this one doesn't hit me with that emotion.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember that. I
Right.
remember like
Um,
him fighting Hunter. I remember like him in the Mania match with Edge. Of course, the Hell in a Cell, but I don't remember this Orton feud.
not it doesn't stand out to me.
Yeah.
At number 8, Survivor Series 2014, the Stinger. And unfortunately, he got hurt and it kind of ruined that whole comeback. And it just, you wanted Sting in the WWE for so long. And to get him at that point where he wasn't interested either. It wasn't until he went to AEW that he kind of picked up a little bit of the fire again.
And on Sunday or Saturday, he came back again to AEW. He showed up. Oh, great. Old man's thing. It was
Oh,
great.
it
It
was
was
great.
great.
It was great in the weirdest match in the world.
Uh, One of them. Yes.
At number 7, on Raw in 2001, the legend, the GOAT at the time, Ric Flair, came back to WWE. It's a moment. It's a good
I
moment.
mean, like Flair in WWE is never, other than his match with HBK. Like I feel like Flair in the WWE when he came back after WCW it just wasn't
No.
Ric Flair. Like
Nope.
he should have stayed a manager. I mean, I'm glad we got to see the match with him and HBK. That was unfortunately not the perfect send off, but it was the
I
perfect
mean,
send off.
Evolution was cool.
I just him and Batista were the tag team champions in Evolution. It was like, what are we doing? Like him and
Yeah.
Batista, that's hilarious.
Um,
But I mean, yeah,
now
not emotional.
at number 6, this one did get me a little bit. Little bit. This was WrestleMania 33. The New Day is hosting. There's a tag team match. And that Hardy Boys music hit. And they jumped out of the way, and they all jumped out of the way, and they were all, that got me a little bit. That was cool moment.
That was a moment. I not the biggest Jeff Hardy fan, but boy, I popped. I was like, whoa. 'Cause, I mean, it just,
Yep.
the world knew it was happening, but you didn't know it was happening. And
Right.
I didn't like that they won that match, but I loved them coming back.
Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah.
I didn't like them winning it, but I mean, 70,000 people just on their feet screaming for them.
Going crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. Great. That was an emotional moment. I did get a little choked up because of the moment. Like,
It was a
crowd
moment.
made the moment. Yeah, it was
That one.
it was pretty dope.
Number 5. I remember when it happened. It didn't get me emotional, but I was super happy to see it. Raw, January 7th, 2002. The Game. Triple H. Back from his quad issues. And he came back jacked.
That denim coat. Yeah.
And he came back as a face.
He couldn't have came back
weird.
as a heel.
No. And it was weird because he was a face after being such an asshole for so many years. But that's a good one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Into number
Yes.
into all natural, yes.
Yeah.
Him and Hogan. And Barry Bonds. At number 4.
And Shohei Ohtani. Go ahead.
And Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
I bet you that's not true. At number 4, this would be Matt's pick for number 1. AEW Rampage 2021. CM Punk shows up in Chicago. I watched it. It was a moment. It was a great moment to see. I know how you have your feelings.
No, I can't deny. Like, I can't deny that was one of the greatest AEW, if not the greatest AEW show. I mean, he was out there for like 45 minutes. He just owned the crowd. Like, I feel like he was there forever, and he deserved it though. Like,
Sure.
in Chicago, the crowd, everybody knew he was coming back. It was electric. Great moment for him because
What's not on here as we hit the top 3 is him coming back after Survivor Series, which I thought is it's a cooler moment only because the credits started rolling and the camera's pulling back and everybody was so let down, like, oh, it's not happening. Well, that sucks. And then the music hit and you're like, oh shit. That was more of a shock moment.
yeah. Because I mean, at this point he had been to AEW, so it wasn't like he wasn't truly coming back from. I mean, I guess
Right. Now, again, before I do the top 3, another one that's not on here that is probably one of the greatest comebacks of all time was the John Cena return
at the Royal Rumble.
At the Royal Rumble, where the stage was like 4 feet from the door.
It was in New York. That was in Madison Square
Garden. Another Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden gets great moments. Always does. It is. I may have a distaste for New York in my mouth, especially on the metropolitan side, but MSG is just the Mecca. It really is, especially for WWE. At number 3, SummerSlam 2002. After a devastating back injury in 1998, no one knew if this man would ever wrestle again. 4 years later, the Heartbreak Kid showed up
and put on one of the greatest matches in SummerSlam history. Him and Triple H tore it the hell up. That was a phenomenal match.
Yep.
Great moment. Man, that was such a great moment.
Awesome.
Yeah. Should be number 3.
At number 2, SmackDown 2018, Daniel Bryan.
This is going to be a hot take.
Go ahead.
Daniel Bryan is the most overrated wrestler who's ever walked the face of this earth. Great, I mean, great bell to bell, great wrestler. But damn, like chill, guys. Like he's not the second coming of Luthez. Like what are we
No.
doing?
You know,
What are we doing?
I
here?
wasn't really paying that much attention to wrestling during his entire little run. Like I knew the Yes movement and all that, but I really wasn't watching wrestling as much during his like
I mean, I
top.
knew of him. Yeah, I
Sure.
knew of him before he came to WWE. Um, he's had great matches. Like he's a great wrestler, but like I could name probably 50 wrestlers better than Daniel Bryan. Like
That's gonna
that's
have words with you.
I know. And two of them are about to have the greatest match in AEW history, Kanosu Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. Those two wrestlers are 10 leagues better than Daniel Bryan. And we could argue this all day. We could argue that, but that's
As,
the match that I'm waiting to see.
as
Okada
you're
versus
arguing,
Takeshita. Like
as you're arguing, I'll tell you number one, and this would have hit my number
yeah.
one. Do you know who number one is? The
Well,
most emotional return in the history of wrestling, according to ChatGPT.
Has to be. It's only one person it could be. It has to be Edge. It has to be the Royal Rumble.
2020 Royal Rumble. That one hits me right here every single time I watch it. I just watched it today by accident, and that's what gave me the idea for this. The Edge, that watching it live and then watching the behind the scenes of it and then watching it live and watching them miss his spear in the ring because the cameraman screwed up and moved away.
That was what was my guy's name? The old producer. I can't think of his name, but he was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they got rid of him finally, but he was terrible. He really truly jacked up some incredible moments in WWE history because of his just terrible production.
Yep.
But yeah,
Kevin Sullivan?
it had to been no, it wasn't Kevin Sullivan.
Okay.
It was Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn.
But yeah, Edge absolutely is the most emotional wrestling return of all time, according to ChatGPT.
You could see it on his face. It was such a great moment.
Yep.
Like once again, I remember watching Edge, from the Brood to becoming a single star and seeing him ascend to become a main event star, being the first Money in the Bank winner. And that first cash in, which was incredible at New Year's Revolution.
Yep.
Just seeing him, become the Rated R superstar, him and Lita trying to have a live intercourse on Monday Night Raw on live TV. Good times.
On live
Good
TV.
times. But like just seeing him grow from, somebody who I never thought would be in the main event to really a main eventer, Hall of Famer, an absolute icon in the business. Just seeing that development. Seeing the Hardy, having that TLC match, and having to leave for medical reason and coming back and being healthy, right? That makes it all worth it,
100%. But that's my list.
That's a great list. That is a great list. And I was trying to think of a segue to get us to Monday night. But the return that might be on next year's list, or a list next year, might be the return of one Mr. Seth Rollins, the visionary, the revolutionary, the guy who got taken out by the Vision last week and was apparently taken out before that because he had a shoulder injury in his match with Cody. It's funny because when Seth faked that injury, going into WrestleMania, did he fake that?
No. Wait.
Because there was a pay-per-view, end of a pay-per-view where he came out there. It was before SummerSlam.
Was it SummerSlam? Yeah, it was Money in the blah 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 blah. Yeah, SummerSlam. You're right.
No, it was SummerSlam.
It was the July Saturday night main event. that he injured himself and then
And do
cashed
you?
in on Punk.
I remember
Thank you,
being
Matt.
so afraid of the main event scene for Raw because it was like, oh man, Seth is gone. What are we gonna do? Because he's such an integral part of what's happening right now. Because we're just starting a vision, and now he's hurt, and I felt really bad. And there was a big question on what's next, because every time Seth has really been their workhorse for years, and he's sustained some injuries over the years, and every time he went out, you're like, how they gonna survive, right? And there was always a dip right after he left,
Yeah.
and then it would then of course superstar is always gonna rise. But I didn't feel that this time. I was like, man, he's gone. But guess what, man? We're in good hands because we got some horses on Monday Night Raw. We got some horses on Monday Night Raw, and Gunther ain't even back yet. So
Nope.
we're in a good spot. Not wishing injury on anybody, but like
No.
we can still continue. Now after the main event, a lot of people disagree with me because they don't like what is in the main event spot. But
They do
I
not.
think we're in a good place. I think Seth Rollins has created and I mean he didn't create two superstars, but he helped elevate Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker to another level, right? Neither one of them are going to get there like this without the vision.
No.
So he did his part. So Adam Pearce kicked off Raw, confirming that Seth is injured and he's going to have to relinquish the title, or he was stripping him of the title. And Paul Heyman comes out. And I will tell you this, Paul Heyman is the fucking GOAT. Like
Yep.
this dude
100%.
comes out. He killed like this entire Raw. Every segment he was in was iconic. Like every single
Oh my
segment.
God, yes.
Like he had some moments on Raw where I was just like, this guy is he gets it. In the opener Raw, what did he call Seth? He said he was like a broke shouldered bitch or something. Like what?
He definitely made some offhanded comments
Yes.
about our
Oh
man.
man, he just went down and just wrecked Seth Rollins and Adam
He
Pearce
buried
is
him. He
for
buried
sure.
him.
I mean, he did, but at the same time, he's building that baby face. That baby face Seth is going to come back and just be
Yep.
the crowd's going to cheer and
Yep.
he'll have his comeuppance. But man, the interaction between Pierce and Braun was really, really good. Braun is showing the world like, hey, I really could take this if I wanted.
Yep.
Like you can't, and there's nothing you could do. Like, what if I don't give you the title back? That was a great line, just showing that Braun really is a badass, and I'm really here for it, and he really is the future. If he's not the champion by Royal Rumble, then we're doing something wrong here.
I like the fact that they purposely put all these shots out of him holding the belt, and they're comparing him to Batista, and the car pulls up and then the door opens and you see the belt, but you don't know if it's Rollins, and then it's Breaker. And I love the interaction in the ring. I thought that this segment was as A+ as you can get for what they tried to do. They said, Pierce said that Rollins was out for a considerable amount of time. They didn't put a timetable on it. They didn't say what happened. Nobody's actually even said what the issue with the shoulder is yet. And most of the people don't even believe that he's hurt.
A part of me, a part of me, once again, as Stone Cold would say, working myself into a shoot, as they say. A part of me just thought, like, what if CM Punk, Jey Uso, CM Punk wins the world, or is about to win the world championship, and Seth drop the title out of spite for CM Punk to have him close to winning the title and just comes out there and just murks him.
That would be hilarious. Now, there is a rumor going around that CM Punk is actually behind this whole thing. That they're going to reveal CM Punk as the visionary that got into Heyman's ears and got them to turn on Rollins to get him the belt.
I hate that, but it's genius. I hate it. I hate it with my core, in my core, but that's genius. That would actually be genius.
Matt would have to go into a dark room by himself for about 10 minutes if that were the truth. Right, Matt?
Man.
No.
I would buy that. I would buy that.
I read some stuff, and if that's the way they decide to go, that would be great. Now, if they go the other way, and it's Austin Theory, it's the mastermind behind everything, I quit Raw. I'm out. Done.
Actually, I would love that even more because it's so stupid. It's so dumb.
Stupid. It would be probably great.
Yes, it'd be so dumb.
But that was the first moment where Paul Heyman showed absolute brilliance this week.
Yes. Then we went into our first match, which was, and I was about to purposely say the wrong match. And now I'm going to try to say the right match, but I know it's still going to be wrong. But the first match was the tag team titles. The Judgment Day versus the random team of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee.
Correct. So AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defeated Los Americanos on Raw way back on September 29th. And the last time the tag team belts were defended was on Raw, August 18th. Mr. Iguana and Dragon Lee were the people that lost. August 18th. 2 months.
I hope we never have to see Los Americanos again. I think that was a failed experiment, and Triple H knows that now because we haven't seen them since. And I hope we never see them again because that was terrible.
I don't know. All I know is that this was the most random-ass match in the world.
I mean, it was Dom's fault, right? Dom just said, hey, why do I have to defend my titles? And you guys don't.
He's right. Why should the greatest intercontinental champion of our generation have to defend his belt all the time and against Rusev so much? And the other two guys just get to hang out in the clubhouse with the girls.
Just get to hang out.
Yeah.
Good match. Good match. I mean, AJ is a fucking legend. Like AJ Styles is so good. Like it's incredible how great he is at his age. Still can do everything. Still innovating to this day. Dragon Lee, I hate those wings. Stop it. Like you don't like Lyra's wings. I hate Dragon Lee with his baby wings.
That's fair.
Like I think that he looks so goofy with those little wings on when he comes to the ring. But solid match. JD and Finn will never get the respect that they deserve.
Well, they didn't wrestle enough to get the respect they deserve. They should have.
But I mean, every time they have a match, it's always good. Like they've never had a bad match. I've never seen those two.
Did you see the JD McDonough timing on the breaking up of the count? Oh my God. Right after Styles hit the phenomenal forearm, like literally the ref's hand was almost on the mat for the 3 count. Like the timing of that.
He's so good. Like JD
is great. Big ass head JD.
Yeah, his head's huge, but he's such a good wrestler. I mean, and Matt, I'm glad you're part of Team AJ Lee, but where the hell is she? You talk about Team AJ Lee.
I'll tell you where I'll tell you where the other AJ Lee is.
Not in the wrestling ring.
Oh, she's on a book tour.
Oh, good for her. Good for her.
But this was just a random Judgment Day loses the belts randomly to a random tag team.
Extremely. Let's
I
give
don't.
AJ a title on his way out.
Yeah, but I guess. I mean, it was like, again, it was a great match. And they did the backstage tension thing with the Judgment Day and Roxanne cozying up the Dom, and you're setting it up for Liv to come back at the Royal Rumble, most likely, unless they bring her back early. But because I think Liv and Roxanne is going to absolutely cook.
I hope so, because
Two small
we'll,
girls wrestling like that.
we'll get to
It's
my
cooking in my
thoughts on
head.
Roxanne a little bit.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, yeah, that. Moving on.
Yeah. So the Judgment Day lost the tag belts.
They did. And then they had that backstage segment where, no, they had one before that. But then we get the other part of Judgment Day having his match against Rusev. If you're a fan of wrestling and you don't like Dominic Mysterio, then you're not a fan of wrestling.
No.
Like this guy's so good. Rusev, great opponent for him. And this is I feel like this is the test run for Dom to become the mega campeon of baby faces. Because boy,
until Seth comes back, yes.
Like he is going to just get I just hope they don't. Of course, I hope they don't water down his character and he comes out and he's a smiling baby face like he was when he first debuted. Just be Dom. Just be you. Like I hope they actually don't switch him. Yeah, they don't have to change anything.
Just have him go a little lighter on the crowd, maybe, but you don't have to change.
Yeah.
The way he's winning matches every week, they're just being so creative with the little things they're doing. Correct. And this week was no different.
Correct. I mean, he should not have beat Rusev.
No.
He definitely lied, cheated, and stole to win. And I love it. Right? That's what you're here to see. You're here to see Dom do what he has to do to stay a double champion.
He stuck the hammer in his boot. Rusev sniffed the hammer out.
And then
got the ref distracted. Got a kick in the balls.
Yep.
And a roll up and a win.
Oh no, he didn't roll him up.
Oh no, 619. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
kick him in the balls. 619 frog splash. I'm sorry.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Awesome. Loved it. This website gave that a C+ match. I give it an absolute B.
I'm about to say C+. That's disrespectful.
It is.
Like, I don't think the internet community, wrestling community, respects Rusev enough. Like Rusev puts on solid matches.
No.
He doesn't help himself by being crazy. Like I think he's a little out there. Like
sure he is.
But yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me see if I could get the next one right. And I have it next because I actually have notes on Raw. So the next match, and I think I said before we started the show, I was going to talk about my new favorite wrestler. And my next match was the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It was Maxine versus Becky Lynch. Ladies and gentlemen, Becky Lynch is so fucking good. Like Becky Lynch
this is the man that does not like the Irish.
No. I'm the man who respects great wrestlers. What I've seen Becky Lynch do over the last year is just completely. She elevated Lyra. She elevated Bayley. She's elevating Maxine. Maxine can wrestle, right? Maxine is developed really well as a that plucky underdog wrestler. But it doesn't happen without a good dance partner.
No.
And it don't happen without Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch can sell her ass off. She's such a great heel. She understands psychology in everything she does. Like she's so great at her job.
100%.
And she killed it. Like this was a great match. It should not have been a great match, but it was because they both put in effort and they both put in the time. And shout out to you, Jessica Carr, because I see you. A lot of people don't see you, but I see you.
I've seen what she's doing on the side.
I
She's
see
at the
it too.
performance center. She's wrestling under a mask. She's getting herself. And look, like if you have a bad match with Becky Lynch, you just should not be in the ring at all. And
Correct.
Maxine, her last match with Becky wasn't great, but what she's become since then, and look, she's in the dungeon training with Natty, and she's working constantly on her craft. And Becky is again the perfect person to put with her. And they had a really, really good match that shouldn't have been as good as it was.
Correct. I mean, there was so many near falls.
Yep.
Like in Maxine's facials during this match. Like I watched this match, and Maxine just has the weirdest faces during this match. Like what she's just playing a plucky baby face.
Yep.
And it made me think like she really has a shot at being a main eventer.
She could
Right?
be.
She really does. Once again, and we've seen this, you don't have to be the greatest wrestler in the world to get the crowd behind you
Oh,
and truly take that next step. I mean, you have to be a really good like you have to be a good wrestler. Like, I mean, you
yeah.
know, Bastion Booker was never going to be world champion, but a lot of people say Jey Uso's not the greatest wrestler in the world,
I
but he has
disagree.
the. I don't think he's the worst wrestler in the world.
No,
I don't think he's you know Seth Rollins or Daniel Bryan or CM
no,
Punk.
no.
You know, I could name 100 wrestlers better than Jey Uso. I'd probably name 500 wrestlers better than Jey Uso, but that's neither here nor there. I'm only saying that to say that Maxine like showed me that she has real true potential
Yep.
on the main event scene. She has a great look. She you know, she can talk. But she can get people to believe in her. Right? She can get people
Yeah.
to I mean, she was in her hometown. Like she was in
Oh yeah.
Sacramento, so of course that
But she
helps.
still had to do it, and she didn't just coast through it. And she put a lot of really, really good effort in. And again, her and Becky have really good chemistry. You can tell
And
when wrestlers don't have good chemistry and when they do. And the two of them, at first, it wasn't there, but you're probably going to get a third match since Becky won by disqualification. So Maxine won the first one by disqualification, and Maxine technically won the second one. Not Becky, I'm sorry. So Becky's been disqualified twice. Now you're probably going to, maybe you get it at Saturday Night Main Event. Maybe they push it to Survivor Series. Who knows?
maybe, but Becky, man, she's elevating the title. She's elevating the division. Like,
Mhm.
and Raw just seems to be on such a different level than you have on SmackDown, right? Because nobody's elevating any of those titles on SmackDown. Not
Nope.
even Cody.
Nope.
Um,
Not right now.
so I mean, kudos to you, Becky. Then
We had some backstage stuff, right?
we had some backstage stuff. Adam Pearce just looking like a creep in his
Oh,
office.
before you got the creepy Adam Pearce, we had the Usos.
You're right.
You had Jay and Jimmy. Jimmy
Arguing.
trying to convince Jay that Roman doesn't have all the answers. And Jay just being like, yeah, you're right, but Roman might be right. Let's go
I
out
like
there and win this battle royal.
I like this storyline. There are a
I
lot of people
love the
who don't.
storyline.
I see
Love the storyline.
I see something special there. Like
This is
I
Jimmy's
really
moment. This is Jimmy's comeuppance.
I see something special. Their interactions, of course, they're twins. They understand the assignment. There's emotion every time they speak.
Mm-hmm.
A lot better than what led to the bloodline downfall to led to that terrible WrestleMania match. There's like some real true character development. There's some real true emotion in every one of the words they're both saying because both of them are right. That's the crazy thing is they're both right, right? Like you could say one of them's right, but I think they're both right. I think they both have great points, and I just love to see this.
Yep.
There are a lot of people who don't like it. I I'm not one of those people. I see the good in what they're building. I see that they're actually putting together a story and telling a good story. But then Mr. Heyman shows up. And this to me was perhaps one of the greatest backstage segments I think I've ever seen.
It is top 5 in my book for sure.
Like
That's a
backstage
good list.
segments,
Ooh, that
that's
might be a good list.
that might be a really good list. Because Mr. Heyman goes and sees Adam Pearce and says, "Hey, why are the Brawns not in this battle royal?" And Adam Pearce, turnabout's fair play, said, "I'll put him in there if you say please," which of course is a play on what happened at the beginning of the show. And Paulie, such a slimy, like he just such a kiss ass businessman, was like, and it just says all the right things
All the right thing.
to get all the right things to get his guys the match that they deserve. And Pierce says no. And Paul's like, "This is the worst day of my life." And he turns around and it truly became the worst day of his life because Becky Lynch is standing there. And boy, oh boy, these two had words because Paul turns to Becky and says, "Hey, I didn't do this." Braun turned. Braun, and I was backed into a corner. Seth is not the future. And he ran Seth down again. He buried Seth even more.
Buried Seth. But Becky,
you have I see you in my vision. And I said, this guy's a fucking mad genius because what in the like how he turned that. And I almost thought she was about to join him, but nope, not Becky Lynch. She pulled him in close and said that Seth's not going to hurt you because you matter not to him. You are so insignificant, but he's going to hurt everybody around you. And you get any Nepo baby on it, like the Nepo baby that the next guy you latch on to, he's going to hurt him. And that in turn is going to hurt you.
She said, "Listen to me, you penguin-faced prick. Your snake oil salesman crap doesn't work on me." And she told him that Seth was waiting for him to turn. Seth knew he was going to turn on him. And everything else that you said. And I loved it because what Paul Heyman did in 2 segments was get both of them ready to be faced.
Correct.
In 2 segments, he set Seth up to be a face when he comes back, and he set Becky up when she drops that belt to have her come back to the crowd. Even though I really like her as a heel.
I love her as a heel. Like, but this such a great segment.
Nature of the business.
Yes.
It was a great segment up and down overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but just two absolute goats. And I've never thought Becky was the strongest promo, but goddamn, she killed it.
And she killed it. And she did it without yelling. It was that quiet, calm voice with just that hint of intensity. And before you get to the match, there was one other, and then after the match, there's another backstage segment with Paul Heyman where he's with Braun, and they're both all pissed off, and he tells them the story about how he made CM Punk, how he made Roman Reigns, and how he made Brock Lesnar, and how they listened to him. And again, it was a great instructional segment. And I like the fact that Braun doesn't want to wait. He's just trying to grab the bull by the horns and run, and Paul's trying to rein him in.
Exactly. I love that line he used about Brock Lesnar. He said, the first night he came, he was just like, he could have wrecked everybody, but he said no. Like, in 5 months, he became world champion, and he's the GOAT. Like that, I wrote that in my notes. I was like, Paul's the GOAT. Like there's
100% is.
He's so good. Like, and he understands the psychology of one, getting you over or getting you heat. Right.
And he puts you right where you need to be.
unless your name is Cesaro. But
Unless your name is
it's another story for or Michael McGillicuddy or that guy. Um, Curtis Axel. That was his other name.
oh,
Curtis Axel, your favorite Intercontinental Champion. Um, yeah. Then we get to I think one of the first missteps I think either one of these two have had since because Roxanne Perez versus Stephanie Rakit was not a good match.
it wasn't. And Matt, I think Matt mentioned it earlier that Roxanne takes too many losses, and I agree with that. You're not setting her up. Like she's taking too many losses where it's not going to like. You really think she's going to beat Liv when Liv comes back and they fight? There's no way. I
I,
maybe, but
the only way would be if Liv came back as a heel and they made Roxanne into the face. Where
yeah,
she becomes like the come from behind, I'm so down on my luck. I got kicked out of the Judgment Day type of face, but I don't want them to do that
like
because Liv is going to be a face no matter what. Like,
I like seeing the belt be defended, and you know you had the typical Judgment Day comes down and beats her up, and then Nikki Bella of all people comes back and makes the save.
I mean, bless Nikki Bella, she looked great, but
She did look
I
great.
could care like in the wrestling sense, why do I want to see her align with Stephanie? Like, in what world? Okay, she's Hispanic too.
Yeah,
Cool.
right.
Like, what do we do? Like,
It looks like she's being so friendly. It looks like they're setting her up to turn.
oh, for sure. Once again, I wrote that in my notes. Like as they would talk, because they had a segment right after that, and she's
Yep.
like, "Oh, there are gonna be people who come after you." And I was like, "You're gonna be the person. Like you've just
Right.
foretold this. Like you literally just told her what you're about to do to her."
And did Brian write that segment?
He
Maybe.
had to have, because that was probably the worst segment of the night.
It
Because
was.
we did miss a segment where Asuka and Kairi Sane were in the back saying the Kabuki Warriors are back and the tag team division needs to be on notice.
That was a good segment.
And that was a really good segment because at one point in time, Kairi Sane was about to say something and Asuka yelled at her and Kairi got so scared that she did that. And Asuka just wiped her fan out because she thought she was going to slap her again. I love those two. I love those two
They're
so much.
great. And I
They're
love
great.
the fact, and I know we've mentioned it before, and I love the fact that they're letting the talent talk in their native languages and they're weaving it in and out of the promos. And it sounds a hell of a lot more natural. And look, Japanese and Chinese, and when they're talking, even I would say Cantonese and all of the eases, when they're
Yes,
talking, they sound angry. Like even when
correct.
they're like the and the anger comes across more than you or me yelling in English, but them like even simple words are so emphasized and have such a punch behind them that I love watching those promos.
Yes, and Asuka just
Ah,
she one of the greatest. And
100%.
she and I love finally she's been in WWE so long. She's of course nobody's ready for Asuka, but
Nope.
like finally we got some Asuka character work where she actually gets to sink her teeth into an angle where she gets to actually do something. Because I mean she's just a she's always just been a great wrestler.
Yep.
She has face paint. She does cool things when she comes out to the ring, but now she finally has a moment where, she can do something different and show a different side of her character, which is really cool.
Yep.
And Carrie saying, I bless her. She's great. She's been great. And once again, I keep saying this, she is gonna come out of this ultimate superstar. Like she is going to
Yep.
be one of the biggest faces in the company at the end of this segment, if done right.
If done right is the key.
Because what is definitely being done wrong is what they're doing with Bailey. I
Yeah, she
don't think
wasn't.
that
No,
I don't think that they're nailing this. Like
they're
her
not.
and Lyra are fun. Like they are fun, but I think we could have taken Bailey into a different place, a darker place that might have
Much.
gotten us better results than just her and Lyra doing random tags.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
No, but it definitely could have been. It definitely could have been more than it is. Way
Yeah.
more than it is.
Correct. And I think a lot of it has to do with them trying to get Lyra more over.
Yep.
And it's worked because I think she is definitely more over than she was a year ago. But I just don't think it's helped Pam. Right. I don't
No,
think it's
it
helped Bailey.
hasn't really at all.
And I hope they course correct because I think she could really, really have another fun run with the title, whether it be Intercontinental or World. Like at this point, I don't think it matters in the women division because I mean, they've both elevated. Like both of those titles are elevated to a really high standard, unlike on SmackDown.
I agree.
And then we get to our main event. And I will say this, I did not watch the entire main event.
I did. I enjoyed it. I like battle royals if they can tell the stories the right way. And I think there was a lot of stories told and a lot of stuff started or hinted at in this battle royal, which I did not take note of. But CM Punk came out after all the entrants came in, or before.
It was after. Yeah,
it was after.
Yeah, it was
and he
after.
sat at commentary, and it was a bunch of, it was random, right? It was
Extremely,
Rusev, Ivar, Grayson Waller, Kofi Kingston, Dirty Dom, Finn and JD, Tozawa, Otis, El Grande Americano, Penta, Jay and Jimmy Uso, LA Knight, AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, and Sheamus. 2 of those just won the tag team belts.
Correct.
Every wrestler, for the most part, got special moves in. And it was, Otis had a nice little run in the beginning. Tozawa trying to beat up Rusev was funny. The War Raider guy clotheslined someone and took his head off, and there was, LA Knight put someone in a submission hold in the middle of the battle royal, and CM Punk's like, this guy's putting a submission on in a battle royal. Maybe I want him to win.
Man, this is crazy. Like LA Knight.
There was a lot of fun moments, and like I said, everybody got their moves in. Sheamus got his things in, and El Grande put the thing in, and this guy did his thing, and that guy did his thing, and it came down to who you thought it was going to come down to, and it was the Usos, and it was it LA Knight, the Usos, and what?
The greatest
Dom
champion. Yeah.
It was Dom, the greatest. Yeah. And for a second, I really thought they were going to put it on Dom. I was like, yo, he's one of the last 4. That's awesome. But
that would have been crazy.
But Jimmy and Ella. Now, Jimmy during the match saved Jay 4 different times from being thrown over the rope.
Of course he did.
And then when Jimmy and LA Knight were struggling, Jay just ran over and pushed them both off their apron after they had both gone over the top and were struggling to get back in.
So I saw on the internet, because the internet is full of smart
knowledgeable
people.
Humans. Yep.
Yeah. That Jay's such a terrible wrestler. He mistimed that spot because he's terrible at wrestling. And they were hanging on too long. And he should have immediately dumped him over. And I was like, well, I did watch the ending of it.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense for him to take his time because he's actually thinking, oh, man, that's my brother.
Yep.
I should help him. Oh, no, I want to win. I want to be world champion. So I'm going to dump them over.
Yep.
I hate the internet. Like I really hate
The internet's
delusional
dumb.
like wrestling fans who just everything's not great. Everything doesn't
No.
always work, but everything
No.
can't be terrible. Right? Like everything people, everything everybody does can't be terrible. So that sets up, Jay winning sets up the main event of Saturday night's main event.
Or is it the main event?
It might be, it might not be. But we do have a world title match. A match for the world title. CM Punk versus Jey Uso. I don't hate this. Like I
I
don't
don't
love it.
see.
Like,
I don't
but I
hate it
don't hate it.
because of the way they were setting it up. So while Punk gets in the ring and they're face to face, the camera's not in the ring with them. The camera's over here shooting up, watching Jimmy staring at his brother, pissed, walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going to happen in that match. I don't think either man is winning that belt. Or if they do win it, it's going to be Punk winning it because Jimmy cost Jay.
Yeah.
Jimmy's trying to save Jay from becoming like Roman. When they kind of did this before when Jimmy kind of stopped them from winning the belt before. And that kind of that ended in their awful WrestleMania 40 match. It was a horrible super kick special. It was awful.
That also was so not well earned.
No,
right? When he stopped him before, it didn't make any sense before.
Mm-hmm.
Because there wasn't a story being told. He just showed up. He just randomly pulled Jay out of the match and cost him the title. And it was so random and it was so terrible because it was just really forced. And that was like, right before WrestleMania. That led to the terrible WrestleMania match. They're telling a story now. It's like they're really course correcting the entire thing and telling a better story. And hopefully they tell a better or have a better match moving forward. I mean I don't hate CM Punk versus Jey Uso.
No.
Somebody has to win. I hope Gunther comes out and powerbombs everybody in the match at some point.
You can't. It's like I really want to see Drew beat Cody, and I would really love to see CM Punk beat Jay because I think CM Punk needs to run more than a week with the belt. Like you really just need to give it to him now.
More than 5 minutes.
Yeah. Or more than 5 minutes. Give it to him now and let him run a little bit with the belt and set some other stuff up.
For sure.
Because you got Survivor Series coming and you have not begun to set up the men's Survivor Series yet. You're setting the women's up a little bit.
I didn't even think of that because
you're not setting anything up.
I mean, but once again, WWE has become terrible at this because they're going to set it up at or after Saturday night's main event. They have to sell this show first before you can then sell the Survivor Series, which is sad because you haven't planted any seeds.
You have a month. So this is not till November 29th.
I mean, the good thing about all of this is we do have a Saturday night. I mean, we do have a Survivor Series match set up for Survivor Series. The Wyatt Six versus the MFT. that's the only
great.
That's the only Survivor Series match.
Great.
And I say that jokingly, but that might be your War Games match. I need you to think about that for a second. That is the only match. That is a multi-man match. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing them in a traditional Survivor. If they go back to the traditional Survivor Series matches where you have 3 or 4 of those matches in a night.
Yeah, but it's titled Survivor Series War Games. Like that's in the title. And on the poster, as of right now, that's got to be an old poster because Naomi's on it. So let's not look at that poster anymore.
I mean, Solo's been in the War Games before.
I know.
I mean, that's all we got so far, right? That's the only, unless your theory is true and no pun intended, CM Punk actually is in charge of the division and Austin Theory comes back and then, it's those 4 guys versus some other 4 guys.
I would love to. I don't even know how this is even going to shake out team wise at this point.
I mean, I think we're going to learn a lot going into
Yep.
Saturday night's main event. We're going to learn a lot coming out of Saturday night's main event. That week after Saturday night's main event, I think they're going to go full in
They have to.
on creating, this to sell it if it's not already sold out. I mean, it's in Peccofield. And as we get closer to Survivor Series, I'm gonna just talk about my overall fear of doing an outdoor show in November
In San
anywhere in the
Diego.
world other than Australia, right? Because San
Fair.
Diego, like it outdoors November, I don't think it's gonna be freezing cold, but it could potentially rain like a mofo, right? That's my thought. Is the
Yeah,
potential of rain
that's not good.
is higher than anything else uh, for an outdoor show. I mean, they're gonna put like a roof over the ring, but like
That's not going to help the crowd. Nobody's going to
yeah,
want to sit there and
exactly.
watch that in the
They're going
rain.
they're gonna be sitting out there like they're in the Gallagher show,
Yeah.
wearing their rain ponchos and
Yeah.
good times. But
Oh yeah.
that's just my concern, right?
No, that's a valid concern. That's a totally valid concern.
I mean, actually, any outdoor show, there's always because I mean, I don't know if you remember that WrestleMania in Raymond James Stadium where Samoa Joe infamously is wearing the WrestleMania right before COVID, where Samoa Joe's wearing a rain suit out there, and that Samoa Joe meme came out of that one. That was good times.
Well, the WrestleMania in Philly was outdoors in April, and it
It was
rained
freezing.
leading up to it. First night
Yeah,
was really, really friggin' cold.
yeah,
And the second night was a little bit better, but it was still cold. I was layered up sitting there,
yeah.
and
Outdoor shows are very
it's
iffy.
hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we had another good week of wrestling overall.
Absolutely.
NXT's been cooking. Ricky Saints just cut a really good promo on Trick Williams on Tuesday night. AEW put on a pay-per-view this past weekend that was long as always. They put on
Mm-hmm.
very long shows. Like we get
Mm-hmm.
upset with WWE having 5 matches. They have about 55 matches on their show. A lot of great matches, a lot of just great wrestling, man. It's a great time to be a wrestling
Yes, it
fan.
is.
You don't have to be so tribal. Konosuke Takeshita is now your IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, which is insane because he was like a young lion when he came to America. Young lion is like a rookie wrestler in Japan where they just beat you up all the time. And he came to America, made a huge name for himself, became one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet. And he
Nice.
he won the G1, which is a tournament they do in New Japan every year, which
Right.
is like the best of the best win that tournament. Like Shinsuke's won that tournament. AJ Styles has won that tournament.
Oh.
Okada's won the G1.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, I think Kenny Omega won the G1 as well. Zack Sabre Jr. Like the people most considered to be the best wrestlers on the planet have won the G1. Konosuke Takeshita, I think, is like 26 years old. Like this
Man.
kid, like he's so young, but he's so good. Like he's so, bell to bell. He might be the best wrestler on the planet. Like
Okay.
no pomp and circumstances, but him and Okada are getting into a feud. They're part of the same Don Callis family. I don't know if you remember the Jackal
Yeah.
but Don Callis has a stable of wrestlers, and Don Callis, not even close to Paul Heyman's level, but he is one of those slimy heel managers.
Mm-hmm.
But they're about to have a really good match in the next few weeks. Just a good time to be a wrestling fan, man. And
It
it's also a
totally
good
is.
good time to listen to the Island of Relevancy because we're going to be here every week covering at least the WWE side of things. So I think we're almost at 2 hours. We had a great
About.
show,
Yes, we
great
did.
talk. And boy, I can't wait to see this list on the best backstage promos because that has to happen.
Yeah.
We could chat
I just have to remember to
GPT
do
that
that.
for sure. But this Paul Heyman one definitely should be on that list. It probably
I hope
won't be
so.
if it's ChatGPT, but
Listen, I'll scour the internet. I got a weekish to find it out, but I'm gonna put that up there no matter what the other list says.
for
It's
sure.
going in.
But definitely, I thank everyone for popping in. Definitely thank you, Matt, for coming in and bagging on Nia Jax and loving CM Punk every time you can, and hating on Cody Rhodes. I did not know you were that much of a hater of Cody
Oh,
Rhodes,
he
but now I know.
absolutely is.
Now I will always mention Cody Rhodes every chance I get. I'll ask you, what do you want to talk about, Matt? But until the next time, Frank, thank you so much. Once again, another great show, The Island of Relevancy. We love WWE wrestling. And Brian James, just keep listening. Just
Yeah.
keep listening. Do better. You can be great. SmackDown
Okay.
has a great wrestling roster. Just keep
Figure it
listening.
out.
We'll come up with ideas for you. Don't use AI.
No, please
Use the
don't.
Island of Relevancy. But until next time, man, I always messed up. There we go. Oh my